Return to Glory podcast. Sharp Roads, Dakota Freetag back at it for another week after the bye week. Nebraska basketball. Let's go.
Entertaining in the meantime.
Let's go. Beating Oklahoma in Sioux Falls. Dak and I were present for the game. I
heard this a lot there. Best atmosphere. A lot of people said they've been to in a basketball game.
I'm throw me in there. I think Division I college basketball game definitely tops any game I've been to. And I even heard some people talk about if they were at that no-sit Sunday Wisconsin game in 2014, like this even topped that. The NCAA tournament game a couple of years ago, the first 10 minutes was pretty awesome down in Memphis. But, I mean, this tops that. This was just constant the whole game. Like it was there's a little bit of a lull, obviously, at the beginning in the first half, but it was awesome. Like
it helps when it's like close enough that the diehard fans can drive to, but it's far enough away that only the diehard fans are driving to. Like the people there wanted to be there to watch Nebraska basketball. I wasn't like, this is something to do in Sioux Falls. You're not going to Sioux Falls for maybe the curling trials, but you're not going to Sioux Falls to do anything other than watch the Nebraska basketball game. So, I mean, those are like the diehard fans. And it was like a high school gym.
Oh, it's great.
That's made so great. Yeah, there's so few seats, and like high school gyms just seem louder because I don't know why.
They're smaller.
Yeah,
they're smaller.
That's gotta be.
They're smaller. The roof is closer to the ground, Dax. So when you yell and you scream
go
like you were at the top of your lungs, it goes off that roof and right back down on the court. That's why.
Huh. I wasn't sitting there thinking about the science of why it was so loud in there, but,
that is why.
But it was awesome. Yeah, you kind of brought up a little point there that'll get Hunter going about all the diehard fans going to this game. He always says he loves going to road games and all that which I kind of agree with him. When the games are in Lincoln, all these older people go, the people that just go just because it's cool to see them at a football game. But these road games and neutral site games, it is all the diehards. And everyone stands and cheers for those. They don't yell at you like, "What? Why are you standing and cheering?"
It's why, like, even your Dukes of the world, like those kind of places are so. I mean, I'll even throw Purdue in there too. Like sometimes those arenas that are very close and compact and tight, and fans are like on the court. It was awesome. Like Dak and I sat in the third row or second row, like right behind the basket. And it just felt like you were right there and you were like the locker room. Picture a high school gym. It comes right out to the court, right there. We got to right next, give high fives to all the players and coaches coming in and out, and it's just a really, really neat experience, I guess, as a fan. And obviously, winning the game helps a lot in that atmosphere as well against a very high quality opponent in Oklahoma. And I would anticipate Oklahoma to be, top half of the SEC. I'm not gonna say they're gonna be better than that, but
right.
It's a Power 5 school that are one of our non-conference games we talked about. That it's a if you want to be in the tournament and look at resumes come February and March, you want this as a win, and it does count as a neutral site win, even though it really was a home game. It counts as a neutral site as well. So that even helps cases there.
And honestly, it's a good win. It's funny. I mean, you look at the stats, and because, before I went back and rewatched some of the highlights, I just saw the box score. And, it's like, well, we had a better field goal percentage. We had a better, our 3-point percentage was way better. We didn't get out rebounded. We shot more free throws. We had more assists.
Nebraska didn't get out rebounded?
No, it was 30-30.
Wow. Okay. Well,
we had more assists. We had more steals. We had fewer turnovers. We had more points in the blank or in the paint. Like, it's just, I was surprised we only won by 6 when I looked at it all. I mean, they're all pretty close, but I just thought it was interesting. And then I watched the highlights. I was like, man, that place was freaking rocking.
It was, as far as Sioux Falls goes, it's the size of Lincoln population wise, but it's not built like Lincoln in the sense that there's things to do all the time. I mean, there's a lot of different places to go, right? But it's not I'm going to call it commercialized or central location type places. Where this arena is at, it's on the outskirts of town, where there's a bunch of other sports complexes, soccer fields, tennis courts, like out there. There's a couple of hotels and one little bar that we went to before that was just filled with Husker fans, as you'd expect.
I had no clue the game was going on.
That what?
They had one bartender, so they had no clue the game was going on.
Yeah, the bar themselves. Yeah, I don't know how. It looks like it changed names too, maybe from last year to this year. But the whole thing it's just cool. That like you said, it's the passionate fans that go. It's the ones that you don't see the older crowd there. It was all around a big win for multiple reasons for Nebraska basketball this year. I will say this, and I'm not going to turn this into a negative because it doesn't deserve to be. That's just how this team's going to be. Mm-hmm. My thoughts around this team has not changed as far as postseason expectations. You get hot in the right couple of games, we're going to beat some good teams because that's what this team can do. And when you do that, by shooting the ball well, teams had to come out and guard, and then you can get by to the rim. Defensively, we're going to struggle at times stopping athletic teams because we're not as athletic. We just aren't. And so that's how there's going to be a lot of games in the 80s and 90s this year, unfortunately, I think. Fortunately, if you like watching that style of basketball, that hopefully you can feel like you're going to end up on top. But the result or how we played did not change how I felt about this team. It was just fun to watch and win a game playing that way.
Yeah, because it looks like we stalled out, and I mean that's kind of what we've been. Is I mean, I feel like every year Fred Hoiberg, we go cold. We have like every game it seems like, okay, if we can weather the 5-minute stretch where we score 0 points, and the other team's at the free throw line, it seems like every possession. That's not new for this team. I would say it feels like that's been an issue for the last couple of years
for Fred's teams in general. I mean, it's part of just basketball too. And we obviously started the game cold. There was another stretch in the first half that was cold. I think some of those stretches could look even worse this year. I think last year was a lot less like that, just because we had, in the year before that, we had guys like Bryce and Casey that could get us out of that because they were very good, skilled players. And I think we maybe have, rank could be that. Price has shown signs of that at times too.
What happened to Frager? Frager got like no playing time.
He struggled.
He was kind of hurt.
He struggled playing with those athletes. He was maybe a little hurt. He played a little bit in the first half, and maybe he didn't look, if he's banged up, he didn't look like he should be playing in that game. I'll say it that way.
No, the main part about this game is, boy, did Nebraska basketball fans hit the rock bottom and then sky high at the top of the mountain in this game, because when they're down 16, everyone's like, "Oh, we suck. This is just gonna be the worst team ever."
Because he drove all the way to Sioux Falls. And why the hell did I drive up here?
That's what I was thinking. I was like, we went to this game and it's just gonna be an ass kick the whole time. And then by the end of the game, you know what? Nebraska top 10 team. So I don't know which
longest win streak in the country.
My thoughts on this team has not changed at all. I've said they're going to be good, and I think they could be better even than what I thought, but
not good enough to run a half marathon without walking.
By the way, speaking of that, let's do it.
Bring it, Dak.
Yep.
All right.
Deal's on.
We just needed him to see one game to solidify the.
Now they're down 44-28. I was like, there's no shot I'm taking that bet.
And Dak, if there's any proof that there's walk, you got to do the next one, because you're probably now maybe you won't lose this bet, but I think you still will.
Wow.
Just to be clear with the bet, what this is. Last couple of podcasts, we've been talking Nebraska basketball. I don't think this team's got what it takes to win an NCAA tournament game. Dak does. I even maybe said not make the tournament. Dak said, well, I think they'll even win a game. So the bet is that they will win a tournament game this year with Dak and myself, and the loser has to run a half marathon without walking. And we can use run as a loose term, because as I talked with Dak more about this, he did not understand that jogging and shuffling your feet, still moving, is still
It's
not
running.
walking. He didn't understand that. I don't know how he thought running meant, I guess, sprinting the whole thing. I don't know what he thought.
Not sprinting, but a good speed.
Once I told him that, yes, you can just shuffle your feet, you just can't walk. He's like, all right, I'll do it.
All right, there we go. And you probably had a couple of beverages in you, I'm sure. I'm sure you.
Actually,
no.
This was in midweek when Dak agreed to this. So
yeah, right. I think it was like 9 a.m. So
okay.
So if I had a little beverages in me at that point, there's a problem. But
not saying you haven't done it before.
All right. What else did I miss? I mean, Dak, were you conflicted with your Oklahoma Sooners?
I think just general thoughts on this team that can give you hope is that all guys in the court are threats to shoot it legitimately. And when you have a team that's like that, it is very hard to guard. And Porter Moser, Oklahoma's head coach, said that after the game, that Fred is very, very good at running his actions in numerous ways that makes it really difficult to guard. And I do think Fred's an elite offensive schemer when it comes to X's and O's of the game. One of his strengths as a coach. And that showed big time in the second half. It wasn't like we were making tough shots. We were getting wide open 3-pointers from simple but effective actions. And I think that's something that Nebraska fans should be encouraged by. I think this team, when you have that, we haven't had a team that can have 5 guys that can shoot it on the court at the same time. We haven't had that. I mean, I don't know ever.
It's concerning that, the 4th game of the season, we're really only playing 6 deep, on the bench. That's probably the biggest negative from my experience of the highlights in the box score.
I will say Ugnius Jurcevicius, just seeing him in person, his body, like he's going to help a lot when he comes. Just another kind of 4 or 5 banger. And it sounds like he's going to play some good minutes too. So I do think he will help when he comes back. You mentioned the Frager situation. I'm not sure. Kendall Blue kind of showed he's not ready yet. So I agree. Maybe we're not as deep as we initially thought with having 10 or 11 guys. That could be the hesitation. And I still just think the hesitation for me is just the pure athleticism still. Oklahoma is an SEC team. They at times were able just to do whatever they wanted to on offense because they were just more athletic than us. And I think that could be an issue moving forward. Now, I will say this. I don't think a lot of Big Ten teams maybe are going to be as athletic as an Oklahoma SEC team. We saw against Texas A&M what happened in the tournament when we played them. It reminded me a little bit of that, but it obviously was enough to withhold, and we made enough adjustments in the second half to get the win. So, obviously giving up 99 points is not good, but we did enough good things, enough tweaks in the second half to find a way to win that game.
Here's another good part I think coming out of it is how many times this season are you going to play a player as good as Nigel Pack, though? That guy is a freaking baller. Like he made every shot possible, tough shots, wide open shots, anything. Like the whole game, he's making anything and could do whatever he wanted. So I just don't think there's going to be very many times you're going to be playing a player that good. So yeah,
they had a very good guard. They had a couple of very good guards.
Yeah, they had another one too. I cannot remember.
The thing that Oklahoma didn't have was a big man, like just a presence inside, which I think plays to our advantage.
Yeah.
So I think that also, again, I don't know if you're Nate Lensner in the coaching staff, you're not happy probably giving up 99 points. There was still some good. I thought we adjusted well enough in the second half. Our defense is very schematic based, as we talked about in the past. We made some good tweaks and adjustments to not over helping and not over rotating when we didn't need to. That was leading to a lot of open shots in the first half. So Anyways, I think basketball wise, I mean, like I said, it's an intriguing season again. I mean, I think that's very important. I think you lose a game like this, and maybe you slip up a couple more here in the next week or two. Like people start going, "Nah, this team's not very good," and then you look at some of the rest of the non-con games, you don't get any attendance, and things start to fall off. That this win kind of sparks this season here as we head into a couple of big games here the next couple of weeks, and then we have those couple of conference games here in December. So this week on the go ahead, Dak.
Well, there's one more point. The more I've been thinking about this game is, I think there's one key to this team this year, and it's Jamarcus Lawrence. If you can get any offense at all from that guy, that's going to be the key. Because he's not that good offensively. If you can get 5-10 points a game from that guy, that's going to be the key to the year.
Yeah, he was almost non-existent in the first half. In the second half, when we made our run, he was a big part of that.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say this: offensively, we don't have a lot of guys that are able to dribble, penetrate, and score at the rim. And I'm not saying Jamarcus is that guy either. Price Sandfort looked better at doing that and had a couple of good finishes, and even Cale Jacobson did a good job of that. But Jamarcus is going to need to be that guy at times to attack the rim and be sure with it and strong enough to do that. And I agree. Like he shot it well too. Like that's the thing. When you could take a one dribble off a ball screen and hit a 23-footer, like it makes it hard to guard. It does. So I'm with you on that, Dak. I mean, he's not someone that's going to go drop 18, 19 a game. But if you can get 10 to 12 out of him, the offense is going to look a lot better.
He's the guy you want shooting. So if he's knocking them down, it's going to just open up so much more for the team.
Yeah. Asesians also, we haven't mentioned him yet. He's just another one that he's going to struggle to play defense, and we know that. He's been that way. That's since he's been here last year and this year. He's going to make some. He had a big shot again. I think he went 1 for 4 this game. I mean, that's his role, that's his job. He knows that. So I think he'll still play a lot of minutes, right? But there's a reason why he's not starting and on the court all the time. So this week we play down in Kansas City in their little mini tournament they have. We have New Mexico on Thursday. And then win or lose that, we play either Kansas State or Mississippi State on, I don't know if it's Friday or Saturday. I think it's Friday.
I think you're right.
But 2 games there. I do think these New Mexico's maybe not quite as good as Oklahoma or the second game, but 2 more games to prove yourself against some better teams in the non-conference.
And if they go 2-0 in those, the minimum they should come out non-conference is with 1 loss.
Yeah, you'd think.
Or the maximum,
it helps. Like I think the non-con, we were talking like it's a pretty easy non-con, and it still kind of is, but it's actually like I think it'll look better come year end than we thought it was going to.
Yep.
Yeah, that Oklahoma win's going to look really good by the end of the year, I think.
Because you're a closet Oklahoma fan or what?
I don't know if he's a closet Oklahoma fan.
I'm stuck in the closet right now.
It's like a pantry Oklahoma fan,
Pantry. I agree. And Creighton, you know what? Like I'm not overly impressed by them the couple times I've seen them on TV. So you get them at home. There's a chance you win that game. I mean, this non-conference is a lot of potential here, and again, exciting, intriguing for Nebraska basketball here as we start the year. Women's also, women are doing well.
Yep, they look great.
Yep, they are doing what they should. They actually had a closer game maybe than expected. I guess I don't know how good North Dakota State is. They also played up at the Pentagon on Sunday and won by, I believe, like 14-ish.
Well, yeah. But so they're doing well. And then and we didn't talk about this last week, but they have like a good recruiting class they got lined up for next year. Like things are starting to look a little good. on Coach Williams' side too. Dak, anything on the Lady Huskers?
Can't hear. I actually cannot hear you guys there. Did you guys hear that thunder in the background? That was.
Nope.
Thunder in the background.
You actually couldn't hear that. That was louder. Sound like a
I did
bomb
look
went
at
off.
radar. There's a little cell right over Lincoln.
Yeah, I have my door open. I couldn't hear a word you just said, Austin.
As we're recording here Wednesday night or Monday night. All right, transition to football.
Yep.
I don't know if you guys feel this way in a late year bye week. It's very easy with basketball going on, Huskers, but also I guess as I'm helping coach high school too, like very easy to forget about football that it's happening. And
yeah,
I mean, Saturday we watched college football. There was no Husker game on, so there's still enjoyment of college football, but Nebraska didn't play. It feels like it's been forever now since we played that UCLA game.
Yeah.
But we have Penn State this week. And I guess I want to start off by going into the year and remembering what Penn State was in the preseason. National title, top 5.
They
odds.
were they were like the not dark
7th odd. I don't know.
Odd. Yeah, they were a dark horse, but they had top 5 odds. But it's like this is our favorite sneaky pick to win the national championship team.
They made the semifinals last year. They then, as we know, were kind of falling off from a win-loss perspective. And here we are in the middle of November where James Franklin's been fired and actually now just hired at Virginia Tech. And
yeah, everyone predicted that at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, and Terry Smith takes over as interim head coach. Penn State's got their first conference win this week against Michigan State. So they moved to 1-6 in the conference. I don't know how to feel about this game. It's a night game, should mention that. It'll be
I'm
probably
scared.
A whiteout.
Tickets are cheap. You want to go right now?
Really cheap. I don't know. I can't wrap my brain around what this game. My deep down inside, I still feel like Penn State's very, very, very talented, and I still think they are. Drew Aller also got hurt. Should mention that, their starting quarterback. But I was one that was not a big Drew Aller fan or believer. Thought he was good anyways. So in my mind, I guess I'm not setting that back too far. But anytime you lose a starting quarterback, there definitely is an element of that factors into your season. So Ethan Grockmeyer is their replacement quarterback, and he does what he needs to do because they have 2 damn good running backs.
Yep. He hasn't looked horrible,
Allen and Nick Singleton. He doesn't have to do much because they got 2 good running backs that are really good, and I still think they're very talented. But Penn State's not a team that is going to blow you out and beat you by 40. Like, that's not their MO. That's not what they've ever done. They're a good Big Ten. They're a better Big Ten team is what they are.
You look at you look at their schedule. So yeah, their wheels fell off, but they lost a close game to Oregon. They lost a close game to UCLA, which had that one, like that was the nail in the coffin for Franklin. I don't know if it was just the product of it was a cross country trip. I don't know. Lost to UCLA, lost a 1-point game to Northwestern, 1-point game to Iowa, lost to Ohio State, lost a 3-point game to Indiana. I mean, they're not getting killed by good teams like Indiana, Ohio State, Iowa, Oregon. They're all pretty. I mean, is that the top 5 teams in the Big Ten Conference? Michigan, I guess, would be up there, but like they're sneaky bad. Like they're not like the best 3-9 team of the country. You know, it's not like that kind of thing, but it's.
I do think Rule said, what is their record at right now? They're
4-6.
6, yeah.
4-6. So he said they're 4-6, but they're plus, I don't know, like 20 points win margin wise. So I mean that it reminds you a little bit of that Nebraska season where we were obviously 3-9, but had a very we were like -9 or something win margin. Like it feels a little bit like that. I think they're still. I still think they're very talented. Right. Austin, I think you reading off that schedule, it's like, oh, okay, they're not bad.
They're not.
bad.
They didn't roll over. Like James Franklin got fired,
No.
their starting quarterback got hurt, but they still lost to the number 2 country and the number 2 team in the country by 3 points. Like Oregon, they lost last second on a touchdown. They're the number 6 team in the country. Iowa was ranked last week before that fiasco for Iowa, but I don't know. I'm terrified. I think they have. Our problem has always been size up front, and Penn State has that.
And Dak, I want to get your thoughts because you said the spread right now for people that don't know, it's right around 10 points, 9.5, 10.5, 10 favoring Penn State. Dak says he loves the Nebraska line if it's 10, 10.
If it's 10.5, I love it. If it's 10.5.
Loves it. Okay, don't be like Rico Bosco and say, oh, if it's a half a point, then no. Dak said it was his game of the year. He was going to make it the game of the year if it was 10.5, but now that it's 10, he's like, I don't know, I won't touch it.
No, you said 9.5.
Why do you feel like what's the reasoning? Because I think Austin and I are very similar. Where I just don't have good feels. I think 10's about right. I feel like a 27-17 loss is what I feel like.
It's because I believe TJ Lateef makes his team better than Denrella did. And that UCLA game, I thought the offense just looked so much better, so much more fluent, I guess, in with the ball. But I thought the defense showed some signs of life too in that game, being able to not stop the run great, but they've stopped the run better, I think, as the year's gone on too. And the offensive line looks so much better with Lateef. So I'm not too worried about the defensive line for Penn State at all. I think it's, I wouldn't say fixed, but better with Lateef the way that he plays. So the defensive line doesn't scare me at all. Now the offensive line could be a disaster, but I don't. It mainly comes down to Lateef makes his team better, I think, than Rella did.
Yeah, I can see that. I think there's other factors, other elements at play here, and one of those being a true freshman quarterback on the road in Happy
Penn
Valley
State. Yeah,
like that to me
At night
concerns the hell out of me. While I agree that he will make our offense better, I still don't know that he's in good form and shape and has the. Maybe he does. Like if he does, that's awesome. I just don't. I don't know until I see it. Have that capability to go in and do that. Turnovers scare the living hell out of me in this game, and I mean from both a fumble and interception standpoint. But I guess he showed that he could handle it in UCLA. This is just going to be a very different road game. Very, very different.
UCLA is one of the worst teams in
Just
the
a little
country
bit.
as far as defenses go. Penn State is not that. I know they're.
I mean, can you imagine if Penn State right now would be 9-1 and ranked like number 3 in the country, and TJ Lateef going and playing in this game? Like, oh god.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be that crazy, but it's still gonna be loud in there. I don't. Now I am saying all this. I'm biggest TJ Lateef supporter out there right now off of one game, so he easily could go throw 4 or 5 picks this next game. I don't know if I'm an idiot, but I'm rolling with him. I believe in him.
Penn State averages 4.4 yards a carry, and they've played good teams, good defensive teams.
So here's what I want to get your guys' thoughts on too. Like how. So Austin just mentioned that. The other stat that I heard, and I think it was Rule mentioned it maybe, or maybe it was on a podcast I listened to. Against Michigan State, they rushed for 50 times and passed for like 16.
Yeah.
That
And
they had the game script like down to a T on how they wanted that game to go and controlled it from start to finish. That's what they want to do. We know that our weakness is in stopping the run, and Rule I know said that today in his press conference. Like, how would you guys go into this game like defensively?
I mean,
In the
you have
box.
to sell out for the run, right?
Yeah.
You just be like, you have I'm going to trust our guys man on man on the outside and sell out for the run.
The only problem with that is you would think they tried to do that against Michigan and they didn't work as well. So I don't know if Nebraska can do that, but yeah, you try to do 10 in the box and just make Grunkmeyer, whatever his name is, Dunkmeyer, you make him try to throw the ball.
I mean, I think if you're going extreme route, take that and juice it on steroids and apply it, right? As much as you can. Make Grockemeyer throw for 350 yards to beat you, but that could maybe if he is capable of doing that, and Penn State has some athletes that just haven't had the chance to use that. Like they could score a lot. That's all they want to do, though. They want to run the ball because that's where their two best players are. How we go about doing that from a schematic standpoint, I don't know, because there's part of me that we've seen when we go man on man and defend that way, and they scheme up a perfect guy on man blocking scheme, right? You leave that up to one guy making a tackle, and if that one guy takes a bad angle, or the running back just happens to be really damn good, which they both are, and break a tackle, like, see ya. So to me, I think what's going to be most important is maybe not so much how our guys play, but how we scheme to get multiple guys to the ball. And that might mean playing a little bit less man on the outside and more zone, but that also could mean we give up chunk runs of 3, 4, 5 at a time, which Penn State's okay doing. That's what makes it very difficult. Is you do want to load the box. That's great. But if you're then leaving man coverage up and now you're getting hats on hats.
I mean, if you're Nebraska, you want this game low scoring.
You do. And
oh yeah.
Like what is the game plan? Are we trying to stuff the run, right? And be okay with giving up a couple of chunk runs, or are we okay giving up 4, 5, 6 yards of play? Like, I think that's the risk reward of when you say sell out on stopping the run. What are you going for here? Are you trying to limit the big plays, or are you trying to maybe make some explosive tackles for loss? But by doing so, they might be able to appropriately pick up a blitz and exploit it in whatever way that may be, and go for a couple of 40, 50 yards. Like, that's the decision I think that this staff has to make. I don't know what you do. So
that's why we don't get paid the big bucks.
That's my initial thoughts. I don't have an answer. Maybe we'll have the master plan on Thursday. But
Grunkmeyer's gonna have a lot of easy throws, I feel like, if he wants some, but I don't. Yeah, I'm gonna hold my thoughts up for Thursday on what I was gonna ask there, but I'll hold that one. I think both these quarterbacks are gonna have a lot of easy throws there, because I think Penn State will be selling out for the run too, a lot.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah,
I mean, EJ's the offense.
So
we don't have two good running backs. We have one good running back.
Like we all said coming into the season, it'll be freshman versus freshman coming into this game.
Yes.
I want to ask you guys here before we wrap up the Emmett Johnson Heisman stuff. Like, what are your thoughts and takes on it?
What's the point? What a waste of ad campaign marketing money. He's not going to win. A running back, like, he's not even going to make it to New York. You have to, if you're a running back, you get nominated the finalist for the Heisman. You have to be like a top 5 program. And we are not. So it's going to be 4 quarterbacks and a running back that's going to be in a top 5 program, maybe. If Notre Dame,
yep, that's the one,
somehow miraculously stumbles up there, maybe Love makes it. But we aren't even ranked. Just stop. Stop.
Me and Hunter were watching the Notre Dame game Saturday, and Love had that spin move touchdown. We're like, well, there goes Emmett Johnson's any chance of winning. Like, Love is so much better than him, and there's no Love probably will get invited, I think. But that's the other thing, is he's not even the best running back in the nation. If
we're 9-1, sure, totally get it. Maybe 8, but at 7-3, get out of here.
Is Austin? Is there anything? I mean, go extreme. Is there any way that Emmett could still get an invite to New York?
If he puts up 2 300-yard games, we end the year on just this incredible, we're 9-3 and we blew out Penn State and Iowa to end the year. And they happen, Iowa somehow becomes ranked again next week. That's it. He has to have like 2 5-touchdown games to end the year.
Yeah, which is obviously not realistic, but
no. If he becomes Josh Allen from Sunday, where it's like, yeah, give the man the ball. He has 3 touchdowns on the ground, a touchdown in the air, and 300 yards, all-purpose yards, maybe. But
and against Penn State and Iowa, 2 of the best defenses we're going to see all year. So
correct.
Did either you waste your money on a Heisman Emmett Johnson shirt?
No.
Okay,
just stop. It's almost embarrassing. It's
And you made a good point too that I heard like Nebraska media talking about, like I think it was Brett McMurphy on from the Action Network podcast got asked kind of the same question about Emmett Johnson Heisman. He just said, if you're not a winning team, like a contender, right? Stats don't matter. Like
you have to be a unicorn. Like last year with Travis Hunter, he was a unicorn.
Is it like look at like Jeremiah Smith, right, for Ohio State? He's not having the best number year per se. Think about how many receivers that are ahead of him. But as far as getting Heisman consideration, he's getting a lot more conversation than everyone else, like that are from Tulsa, and you're getting the 1,100 yards. Like, who gives a rat's ass? Like, I'm not saying Nebraska's Tulsa this year, but at the same time, like, what are we doing? Like, we're not nationally relevant from a ranking standpoint. Now, you win these last 2 games, we're going to be ranked. We're going to be, I don't know, somewhere in there. But I don't know that it's probably not likely to happen. It could, but it's not going to be enough to get Emmett Johnson. And I'm with you.
It feels forced. And don't get me wrong, I think Emmett's freaking amazing. He's the best player on our team by far. But you don't force like he had a great game against UCLA. Yeah. But that's because they have terrible run defense.
Austin, let me play a game with you called Think Like Hunter. Does this add a target on Nebraska's rush offense?
Oh, 100%.
I love it. Like, I love it. That's how my brain thinks.
It's like, oh, this guy thinks he's Heisman? Not today.
No, it does. I think it makes Penn State hungrier. Like
I didn't think about that.
Come the fourth quarter, when we've only scored 14 points, Emmett's gonna get sacked, or not sacked, but he's gonna get tackled for a loss of 5 yards, and the defensive end's gonna come up and do the Heisman pose over him. It's gonna happen.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah. Unnecessary target.
Completely agree.
Yeah.
This is my stuff. This is with coaches talking, and don't do stuff to put extra targets and motivating. Frost did it all the time. We know that. Like, don't give people extra motivation to beat you publicly. There's no reason to do it unless you can own up and just say, nope, we're better than you. We're going to do it. We're not that. We're not going to be that for a long time yet. And even then, it's still, I don't think it's right. But for part of me, this is just being a LeBron fan, right? Like, when LeBron does stuff, and people always kind of, the LeBron haters bash him for showboating and flopping and making a scene and doing whatever. I'm like, he's earned it. Like, he can. Like, he's the GOAT, or like greatest of our time.
Yeah,
greatest of our time. So it's like there's a difference between earning it and doing it, and doing it for what. Now, today's world, the counter to that is you have to do some of that stuff to keep you relevant, keep people engaged, wanting to come to your program. Like, that's what those people would argue that are in favor of all that stuff. And I can see that side if it comes with winning. And I guess right now we're 7-3. So regardless of how we got here.
And all that shirt money will go back to him to stay.
I hope you're right, Dak.
What are the current Heisman odds? Like, how far down is he on?
Does he even have odds? Like
That's what I want to
my-
know. I don't think he has odds.
I think
So-
it's one of those things. Nebraska, it's Nebraska fans thinking that things are more real than they actually are, and that just.
Oh, there's some fans out there that don't pay attention to anything that actually think that he's like number one in the Heisman right now.
Plus 300.
What?
FanDuel Sportsbook. Now that's just based off the Google AI output. I don't know if I trust
That's
it.
his odds.
Not plus 300. That's not can't be right.
Plus 3,000. Sorry, 3,000.
Okay, I was already saying.
Sorry,
Holy-
3,000. 3,000.
What? But still, that's even nuts. I think that's even too, Jesus. When he said plus 300, I about passed out or quit the podcast. Even I was like, okay, there's no way that's true.
Plus 3,000. Now, if you're talking to me about an All-American thing, first team, second team, sure, I can get behind those conversations, but get out here at the Heisman talk.
Yep, I'm with you.
I mean, there's an argument he's not even the best. There's an argument he's not even the best running back in Big Ten, not let alone the nation. So,
I have one last thing to bring up because as I was driving home or coming back from Sioux Falls, I saw just in the middle of Nebraska basketball Twitter a random thing that we lost an interior offensive lineman in the 2026 class.
Yep.
And I got very sad for a Sunday when I shouldn't have been sad because that's the one position that we need to be retaining and keeping guys and adding guys and not losing them.
I didn't read the article. Did it say why he left? Did he just get bumped up in the recruiting class? And
I didn't look too close because what I did after seeing that he left, I opened up our recruiting class to see how many offensive linemen we had in it. There's a little bit of good news. There are still a couple in there. But what I didn't realize, if you have not looked at the 2026 class rankings right now, don't pull it up if you don't have it up. What do you think Nebraska ranks in the 2026 recruiting class right now?
I think it's
Number
high
five.
and stuff that. Oh, give me 3. I don't know
Dak.
why. I don't know.
number 5.
You guys are on the wrong end of the spectrum.
Oh, man.
Oh,
We're in the 80s or 90s.
oh, wow.
And in both, I think I looked on 24/7 and Rivals. It's the last in the Big Ten currently for 2026. I didn't know that. That was news to me. And I don't know how I feel about that right now. I sat here for 24 hours. I'm not obviously encouraged by it. I'm trying to wonder
First
if
off,
it's
why?
a big of a deal as I think it is. We don't have very many. Recruiting classes are ranked on a couple of things. One, the more recruits you get, number wise, the higher you are, but also the quality of recruits from a star perspective too. So it's a combination of those two things when you get your composite overall ranking. We don't have, I think we only have 12 to 14 ish in that are committed currently. I don't think that's very high for where you're at the end of the year. I think that's very low compared to some other schools. But maybe the ones that we're getting are solid. I don't follow recruiting much right now. This year I'll probably be more into it in the offseason because of the portal. I just got a little bit of sick feeling in my stomach when I saw that. I mean, regardless of the reason why, I don't think that's a good look, right? There's no positive to take away from that. I'm just trying to frame it like, okay, well, we're going to attack the portal hard. I'm like, so is everybody else. So I'm just trying to figure out, is there any way to look at this and not go, oh shit, that's not good. I don't know. I didn't know that. I found that out yesterday, and I obviously, because it's negative, we're not going to see it anywhere. The 2027 class now I've heard a lot about, right? We're number 4 right now, or number 3 with 4 or 5 recruits committed. That's great. That's awesome. It's early, but the class coming up for this next year, 2026, and we're less than a full calendar year away from that class right now, is last in the Big Ten.
They're the youngest team in the Big Ten currently, though. So I don't know if that plays into the recruiting class. I don't know. I have no idea how team building works anymore.
I don't either. I don't think anybody knows because it's wild. I just like it can't be good. Or I was trying to like find an excuse to get out of that. I
No,
couldn't
that's
find
not good. Yeah, there's no way you can be like, this is awesome.
the one response back that I got from old Arnie, the positive Husker fan #1 out there said, yeah, that's because of the size of our class and not the quality. Our quality is really good. And I'm like, that's fine, but isn't it bad that the size of our class is small? Like, that's not good. To me, that's not good. So yeah, you can say the guys we got are good, but we don't have very many of them. So it can't be that good. I don't know. Last little bit there, I had to throw that out there because I saw that and I reacted to it, and I'm like, I don't know how to feel about it. I couldn't spin it positively anyway.
I don't know. We have everyone we need.
We've never been that low, like since we've been alive. I don't think. Well, so anyways, throw that out there to end this Monday evening podcast.
You just made me text somebody that's going to be absolutely fired up about that. So, and it's Jackson Weeks. Actually, I'm going to actually ask him his thoughts next.
You better be careful. It's basketball season mode. He might just tell you to F off.
Yeah, actually, he might not say I don't. He might say I don't care, but hopefully gets him a little fired up.
All right. Volleyball team dropped their first set in Big Ten play this week.
Oh yeah,
congrats UCLA.
You would have thought if you followed their Twitter feed, man, you would have thought they freaking conquered the world.
Jeez. And then we came back with a 3-0 impressive sweep against a ranked USC team.
Yep.
So probably best case scenario, right? Lose a set, take that pressure off of the whatever streak we were on. But
I agree.
Yeah,
still win.
Close out the year. That's it. That's all I got.
Dak, you got your tournament tickets bought yet for the volleyball team?
Yep. I cannot wait for it. I'm so pumped up for that.
Speaking of the volleyball team too, the tickets this week for Penn State are like nuts. I think they're like over 300 a piece to get in.
Is it here?
Yeah, the home one. Because the road one a month ago was like $6 to get in out there.
I just got my just paid similar prices for FIFA World Cup tickets.
Did you get in?
I got in, man.
I have not gotten my I did apply, but I have not gotten my email yet. I've been waiting. Where did you get yours to?
KC.
I put in for every location.
So when he comes in, it doesn't even limit you. You can select any location when you get in.
Oh, great.
It was a pretty intense. I waited in the lobby. So I got the email Friday saying that my window opened on Monday at 10. Got into the lobby at 10. My CAPTCHA I think there was something wrong on the website because the CAPTCHA image wasn't loading. So I couldn't verify I was a human for like 15 minutes. Sorry, I have all these gnats in my house. So if you're watching on YouTube, I keep they're just all over and they're driving me nuts. But then I sat in the queue for 2.5 hours, and then you get in, and then you only have 15 minutes to put it in your cart and completely check out before they kick you out and you have to enter the queue again.
Wow.
So
I just want to buy them to resell them if I don't go. I think they'll have good resale value. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know.
See, I'm playing that game too because I got some for myself, some for a friend who wanted some, and then through this whole thing, we actually got some extra ones. So it's like, do you sell it before they announce which teams are where? Because it's like, well, it could still be USA, or do you sell it after? But you might get Trinidad Tobago versus Ghana or something,
Osniel did send me who the email came from. Make sure I didn't get one that went to my junk or something.
Yeah.
All right. We'll be back Thursday
to talk Penn State? Question mark.
Talk more Penn State. Hey, guys, got to remember it's still football season. Like I said, and we're 7-3.
And we're 7-3. I don't like the late. I don't like the 2 bye weeks. Not gonna lie.
I hate it. I hate it.
Too.
It puts you out of football. It puts you out of the football mood, like you said.
Yeah,
it does.
All right. Go Big Red.
GBR.
Go Big Red.